Good evening all, it's Bethany Vaughn from Red Hot Yoga, going live to you from the studio into your home or wherever you found a place to practice tonight. Welcome. Tonight we're working on strong mind, strong body, changing our habits sequence. So let's get started. Go ahead and take your knees just to the inside edge of your mat. The tops of your feet are down. Your big toes touch. Extend your arms long out in front of you, placing your forehead onto the mat. You're going to ease your hips and your buttocks back towards your heels, creating a lot of space in between the vertebrae. Lengthen your arms long out in front of you, and if you want to walk your fingers forward, you can do that, and open your arms a little wider so that you have a nice broad upper back. It's more important that you have your forehead on the mat than your seat touching your heels. And if you have a back issue, or if you're pregnant, you should have your low ribs in contact with your high inner upper thighs. Make the subtle adjustments as necessary so that you can have support for your spine and you can allow your breath to flow freely. You might need to take a cleansing breath or two. A cleansing breath is in the nose and out the mouth. And then when you feel like you can take a full, deep, and complete breath all the way in and all the way out through your nose only, then start breathing parallel so that your inhalations and your exhalations are lasting the same length of time. A classic yogic breath is about 5 counts in and 5 counts out. If that feels a little too long to you, that's all right. Just breathe in 3 or 4 counts. Or if you can go longer than that, 8 to 10 counts is also fine. Use Ujjayi style breath that not only can you feel it, you can actually hear it. There's a mild constriction in the throat on both the inhalation and the exhalation. And focus on your breath, because your breath is always in the present moment. Anytime your mind starts to drift into the past or into the future, reconnect with your breath, and you will become present. You should set an intention for your class. Tonight we're focusing on changing habits, and you may set the same intention that you typically set if that's something you've been working on. Sometimes we have the same intention for a long time. Sometimes we come in with a different intention each time. Everyone's a little bit different, but what I'm going to invite you to do is to change the way that you look at your intention, so that when you send it to the universe, maybe you're a little bit more specific about what you want. Maybe you've never thought about asking for what you desire in a different way. Take some time to set your intention, and your intention should benefit you, and in turn, it will benefit everyone and everything else in the entire universe. Once you have set your intention, release it to the universe, total trust, no conditions, just let it go, and then return to your breath. It will be here for 3 more breaths. At the bottom of your exhale, take your low belly in, up and back. And on your next inhale, come up onto all fours. You're gonna line up your wrists underneath your shoulders, line up your knees underneath your hips, line up your feet behind your knees. And you can choose to tuck your toes forward, or you can keep the tops of your feet down. Feel what's right for you at this moment. The neck is long. Take a inhale breath with a neutral spine from your tail all the way to your crown. And as you exhale, tucking your tail, start rounding your back towards the sky. This is cat. On the inhale, lift from the chin and chest, spine goes toward the mat, tail lifting up last. This is cow. And then tuck into your tail, rounding your back, chin tucking last into your cat. Move into 8 more rounds of cat-cows. Each time you inhale, it's an upward motion like cow. Exhalation, downward motion like cat. You can bend your elbows in between your cats and your cows. And we're just waking up and warming up the spine, letting go of maybe a long day. Maybe this is the only time you get to yourself during the day. Just really enjoy it. You can make circles with your hips, go in both directions. Big circles or little circles. You may like threading the needle, where you take one arm, bring it underneath the other one, opening up through the side body. I like to wrap the free arm behind my back. Just opening up into the shoulders, side body, and neck. And whatever you do on one side, do on the other side for the same length of time. You can bring your cows into modified upward facing dogs. You can round your back so deep in your cat that you drag up on your fingertips. Move into about 3 more rounds. Now I'll get some music going. And when you're finished up with your last round, neutralizing your spine, spread open your fingers really, really wide. Big, big open hands. Tuck your toes forward. Take a deep inhale in your upper back. And on the exhale, lift your seat up and back into downward facing dog. Now, down dog is a position we come to many times throughout the practice. It's a place to reconnect with your breath, to realign, and also to rest. Let's walk our dog a little bit, bending alternate knees. Take a little bit of hang time in each of your heels. You can lift one leg, drop the heel toward the opposite buttock, open up through the side body and the hip, roll the ankle out, go in both directions, and do the other side. You may like turning your feet to the left, dropping your hips down to the right, and vice versa. Stretch through the IT band. And then we're going to hold our downward facing dog for 2 more breaths. So one of the most important things in your down dog is that you're not stressing your joints. You must engage your upper arms, that's the part near the shoulders, and your thighs. Then press through your hands. Press down through your heels. Strengthen your low belly, pull it in, and let the crown of the head come closer to the mat. Be mindful that your arms and your legs are straight and that the inner elbows are looking at each other. The soft part of the elbows look at one another. Be mindful your feet are parallel, that your heels are hiding behind your toes, and pull your frontal ribs in as well so that you're not thrusting your chest. Then look up, walk up to the space in between your hands, and take your feet hip distance or wider, and bend your knees as much as you need to so that your low ribs touch your high thighs. And from here, take your hands to opposite elbows, thumbs in the creases of the elbows, and start turning the head right and left in a no motion, and nodding the head in a yes motion. And you can take your head around in little circles going in both directions. Now, if you have a back issue or you're pregnant, you should keep your hands on the ground for a little added support. And then if you're holding opposite elbows, still your head and go ahead and switch out that grip. And we're going to move the hips from side to side, bending, alternate knees, hips left, torso right, and vice versa. Keep your elbows under your shoulders. Don't pull your elbows near your shins. Keep your chest open. Keep your neck relaxed. Then balance out your sides. And we'll take it center. Hanging the arms down. Back issues, pregnancies. Feet stay hip distance, knees are bending. We walk the hands up the bent legs. Otherwise, toe heel the feet so they come side by side. Engaging the thighs, hit the thigh bones back, tuck the tail down, and round yourself upright. And then take your shoulders down and back twice. Come up to the very top of your mat. Bring your toes, your heels, your ankles to touch unless you're modifying. And bring your hands to heart center. Connect with your breath, breathing evenly in and out through your nose. Eyes are open. Let's get warm. Inhale, raise your arms up. Udvahastasana, upward hands. On the exhale, bow forward. Uttanasana, forward bend. Head stays relaxed. Left foot goes back. Knee goes down. Top of the foot goes down. Arms are up and back. This is called low lunge. Put your hands to the mat. Step back and lower down to the ground. Lay your forearms down. Tops of feet down. Inhale, curl into Sphinx. And then pull your hands back, tuck your toes, and press to down dog. Take your left foot, step it up, coming into low lunge. Step forward, fold in. Rise up, take a tiny arch back. Exhale, bow, head relaxed, right side, knee goes down. Low lunging. Hands to the mat, step it back, and lower to the floor. Lay your forearms down. Inhalation, Sphinx. Pull your hands back. Exhalation, down dog. Take your right foot, step it up. Low lunge. Coming up, we forward bend. Rise up, arc it back. Exhale, we bow. Take the left foot back, put the knee down. Low lunge. Hands go to the mat. Step it back, lower to the floor. Keep your hands where they are, tops of feet down. Inhale, cobra. Exhalation, down dog. Take your left foot, step it up, low lunging. Coming up, forward bending. Rising up and back, and we bow. Head relaxed, right side, knee goes down. Hands to the mat. Lower to the floor. Keep your hands where they are. Inhale, cobra. Exhalation, down dog. Taking the right foot, stepping it forward. Coming up with forward bend. Rising up, arcing back, and bowing. Left side, Knee goes down, hands to the mat, lower to the ground. Take your hands wide and high on your fingertips. Curl it up high. And then exhale, press it back. Take your left foot, step it up, low lunge. Coming up, forward bend. Rise up and back, and bow. Take the right foot back. Knee goes down, hands to the mat, lower to the floor. Go wide and high, curl it up. Exhale, press it back. Take the right foot, step it up. Forward bend at the top. Rise up and back, and bow. Left side, knee goes down. Step back, hold, high push-up plank. Then teach your Chaturanga. So you have your high push-up plank. You're pressing back with your feet, lengthening with your spine. You bend your elbows straight back, hover over the floor, roll your shoulders back, lifting your chest, and gently let the tops of the feet come on the top of the mat. Then flip right back over your toes and press to down dog. Let's take the left foot and step it up. Low lunge. Coming up. Forward fold. Rise up. Arc it back. And bow. Right side. Knee goes down. Hands to the mat. Hold high push-up plank. Spread the fingers wide. Get your upper back broad. Keep pressing through your feet, engaging your thighs. Bend the elbows straight back. Curl the chest up. Lift the chest. And then press back. And take your right foot and step it up. Coming into your low lunge. Come up and forward bend. Rise up and back. And bow. Left side. Knee goes down. Step it back. Lower Chaturanga. Inhalation. Exhalation. Left foot up. Low lunge. Deep forward fold. Rise. And bow. Right side. Knee goes down. Lower Chaturanga. Inhalation up and back. Up with the right. Forward bend. Rise up and back. And bow. Left side. Lower. This is our last round of egg. Curl it up and back. Up with the left. Use your belly strength. Forward bend. Take it up and back. And bow. Right side. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Up with the right. And at the top, hold your forward fold. Take a cleansing breath. In the nose, out the mouth. Use your hands pressing down to pull your shoulders back away from the ground. Relax your head. And then breathe in and out through your nose evenly. Take some variations. Today I'm going to turn my fingers around towards the back of my mat and spread the fingers wide, pressing the palms down, because later we're going to work on some wheels. So I'm going to open up my forearms. It's a nice option. You can bend your knees a little if you need to, if you can't touch the floor easily. And your hands should be shoulder distance and your feet should be hip distance. You can can also take other variations. You can interlace behind you. You can hold your big toes with your peace fingers. You can scoop up your heels with your hands. You can traction your neck with an interlace behind the head. 2 more breaths. If you choose to take a variation, work it. Use it. One of the best things about yoga is that everything benefits you. So if you make a choice to take a particular variation, it should be something that benefits you at this moment. Good, and then gently release your variations and toe heel your feet so that they come side by side, unless you're modifying. Bending your knees, sitting down into your imaginary chair. And this is called Utkatasana, fierce pose, powerful pose, chair pose, awkward pose. Squeeze your knees together, press weight towards the heels, pull your belly in, keep your chest lifting. And you want to sit down and back until it starts to feel a little bit awkward, like you almost can't hold it. And that's the perfect spot. And then shoot it up. And exhale, bow. Look up halfway. Now you can step or you can jump. Chaturanga, upward dogs, into downward dogs. And we take the left foot, stepping it forward. For warrior 1, we're going to hold this pose. Your left knee is bending at 90 degrees. Your right leg is straight, and the outer edge of that right foot is on the mat. The chest is squared forward. The eyes are up. If it's comfortable, your head can go back. Good, and then hands come to the mat. Step back. Lower. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take the right foot up. Warrior 1. Holding the pose. Right knee bending 90. Outer edge and back foot on the mat. Chest squared forward. Arms up. Eyes up. Head can come back. Hands to the mat. Step back and lower. Inhale and exhale. And this is where you're going to start appreciating downward facing dog. Because although it's challenging to hold, you get to be still and rest. Reconnect with your breath. And look up. Let's step or jump. Fold. And sit down in your imaginary chair. Shoot it up. And on the exhale, bow forward. Look up halfway. Let's bring it on back. Inhale, exhale. Take your left foot up for warrior 1. And as soon as you're up, come back down. Right side. Flow. Down dog. Come down onto your hands and your knees. Lay your forearms down. Take interlace grip. Elbows are narrow of shoulders. Tuck your toes and lift your seat. Dolphin. We're going to walk the toes towards the nose. Bring the nose towards the toes. Ideally, your feet are side by side. Do not let your shoulders exceed your elbows. Engage your thighs, try to get your heels down. Good, lower on your knees. Place your hands shoulder distance. Press back into down dog. Move your left hand and your left foot toward the center. Stack your right foot on your left foot for Vashisthasana. If you need to modify your Vashisthas, you can put your left knee down onto the ground. Holding here for 3, 2, 1. Flow through a vinyasa. That's lowering chaturanga. Inhaling for up dog and exhaling to down dog. Right hand, right foot towards center. Stack and turn. Vashisthasana on the other side. If you modify, you must mirror and match your sides. Put that bottom knee down. One more breath. And take a vinyasa. Lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Take your left foot forward for warrior 2. Left knee bending 90, right leg straight, arms extended at shoulder height. Gaze is over your left hand. Flip the palm and bring it back, reversing it. Connect with your breath. Be here. Go a little bit deeper. Turn your bicep towards your face. It's called wrapping your shoulder. And now slide into Parsva Konasana. Bringing the left hand down. Right arm reaches over. Turn your waist, turn your chest, turn your shoulders, turn your neck. Inhale, come upright. Turn your feet so that they face the long edge of your mat, and in our room, it's the long mirrored wall. Place your hands on your hips, loop your tail, lift your chest. Exhale, breath, hinging forward, where your hips meet your thighs. If your hands don't come to the ground easily, you feel you're hunching in your spine. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, and walk back through the legs. You can grab the outer ankles, or you can scoop underneath the edges of your feet. Good, and then releasing. Inhale and come up. We're going to turn our right foot in about 30 degrees and our left foot so it faces the top of the mat. Open the arms to the right and to the left. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, extend. Over to the side. Put the left hand down and the right arm up. Utthita Trikonasana. Engage both legs as much as you can. Hold in your belly, lift your chest, lengthen your spine towards your head. And then place your hands to the mat, step back, and lower. Inhaling and exhaling, coming into downward facing dog. We'll move into the other side, taking the right foot up for warrior 2. Arms are extended to the left and to the right at shoulder height. And the gaze is to the right. Inner thighs are pressing apart. We flip the right palm and reach it back. Reversing the warrior. Lengthening through the side body. Wrap the shoulder, turning the bicep, inner upper arm toward the face. Go deeper. Exhalation, slide into Konasana. Bringing the other arm over. Wrapping the shoulder. Turning the waist, chest, shoulders, neck. Strengthen both legs. Pull in low belly. Inhale, rise. Turn your feet so they face the long edge of your mat. The long orange wall. On this side, you can stand on your head if you like. You can interlace, or you can put reverse prayer behind you. Take an inhale, lift your chest. And on the exhale, start to come forward. Those of you that want to practice the headstand, you fold forward, you put your hands onto the mat, and then you lift your legs up. Two more rounds. Deepen your breath. Notice the way you're thinking. Can you change the way you're thinking? Headstanders, make your way down. Very nice. And an inhalation coming up. Turning left foot in about 30 degrees, turning right foot so it faces forward. Keep your chest facing the long orange wall, the long edge of your mat. And we're taking triangle, arms extended, tilt over to the right. Both legs are straight, chest lifted, side body's long. Looking up if it's comfortable. Squeeze the thighs. Lengthen the spine towards the head. Lift the chest. And take a vinyasa. Step back. Lower Chaturanga. Inhalation. Exhalation. Downward facing dog. One way to get perspective on the down dog is to take turbo dog. Now turbo dog means that we're going to bend our elbows toward the mat and toward each other, but they do not touch the mat. They hover off the mat. You bend the elbows toward the mat and toward each other. It's going to wake up your upper back. Breathe deeply. Now straighten the arms and feel your down dog with more awareness in the upper back. And we have a new appreciation for down dog and a new place to work from in the body. Good, and then look up. Step or jump. Fold. Bend your knees. Sitting down in your imaginary chair. Let's shoot it up. And on the exhale, bowing down. Looking up halfway. Bring it on back. You can step or you can jump. Lower. Curl it up. And press it back. Take your left foot up for warrior one. Hold your pose. Clasp your hands behind your back. Now you're going to go to your habitual interlace. I want you to switch it out. On this side, yes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhalation, fold. Taking your torso inside the thigh, unless you need to modify with your left side body on your thigh If you have a back issue or you're pregnant, even for shoulder issues. If it's difficult for you to interlace, you can put your strap or your towel in between your hands. And we're going to hold here for a couple more breaths. Good. Inhale and come up. If you have a strap or towel, just put it to the side. Square your chest forward, warrior one, and exhale, flow. Lower. Inhaling and exhaling. And we'll do the other side. Taking the right foot forward, warrior one. Clasping the hands. Opposite interlace. Inhale. Exhale. Or put your strap. Squeeze your outer right hip in. Engage your left thigh and left outer hip more. Let the head relax. Take the arms more deeply over, but keep pulling the shoulder blades down. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, flow. Walk your dog a little bit. Hold your dog. I'm going to give you the option to turbo dog. Now here's where I'm going to challenge your mind. Do you want to change bad habits or not? That sometimes means taking the option that we find a little uncomfortable or a little unsure of. Straighten the arms if you decided to turbo dog. And then look up and step or jump and fold. Sit down in your imaginary chair. Shoot it up and on the exhale bow. This will be your last V. Look up halfway. Take it back. Low. Inhalation and exhalation. Left foot up, warrior one. You can open heart if you like. Bending the elbows and opening up through your heart and your chest, and then coming right back down. Right side. If you open heart on one side, you open heart on the other. Flow. Five breaths this time. Spread those fingers wide. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you had already opted to take a turbo dog? Maybe wonderful wasn't the word you were thinking, but if you turbo dog, I assure you, you'll start building a lot more upper body strength and control. Good, straighten your arms. One more deep breath. Take your down dog to its deepest. And then look up, and you can step or jump, fold, and sit down in the chair, and come up, and bring your hands to your heart. Good evening. Have some water. Ooh, we got warm, yes? Yes. Good. So I'm going to have you, those of you in the room on the Wednesday night, because I'm in the back here, I need you to turn around when I talk at this part. I kind of just go over what we're doing, what we're working on, so that you can see me and I can see you. If I'm not talking to your back, you won't be in the picture, don't worry. So we're working on strong mind and a strong body, and how those two things work together, and then changing habits. And notice that I didn't say bad habits, because being habitual is not necessarily good for us. I always brush my teeth at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Do you notice, what if you're at a concert at 10 p.m.? And this is a simple example, but there's this anxiety that gets associated with, it's 10 o'clock. I'm not on my schedule. It's a habit, okay? People always think of habits like, oh, the drinking, the smoking, the gambling, those are bad habits, or she's really neurotic, or he just watches way too much TV, like always looking at things like that. But we set little traps for ourselves in our daily lives by getting really, really attached to what we perceive as good habits. Should you brush your teeth twice a day? Yes. When that happens, does it really matter? Just get it done. So once we start allowing ourselves to kind of ebb and flow, like this hurricane, it didn't ask us if it was a good time for us. It's just happening. It happened. And things in life and in nature happen like that all the time. Are they on a schedule? Yes, they are. Is it a rigid schedule that never, ever, ever changes? No, it is not. We just name all the changes. Oh, it's a new moon. Oh, it's an eclipse. Oh, it's a quarter moon. Oh, it's fall. Oh, we just name these things because it helps us feel more in control. But nature just does what it does. And you know what? We are that very same way. So notice that. That's fine. Don't get so attached to it that you miss out on opportunities that you could have. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit while we practice. It'll probably be more challenging for your brain than your body. All right? It'll still be challenging for your body. Come to the top of the mat. Bring your hands to heart center. Bring your face forward now. Take a cleansing breath if you need it. Take another one if you're visually attached to a schedule. See how it feels to not care for a second. And then on an inhale breath, raise your arms up above your head. And on the exhale, bow forward. And then look up halfway and come on back. Lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming into downward facing dog. Take your left foot forward for warrior two. Look to the right, slide to the left for Parshvottanasana, placing your left hand down and bringing your right arm over. And now we're going to mix it up. Put your right hand on your hip and put your left elbow on your thigh. Press through both heels. Pull in your low belly. Turn your waist. Turn your chest. Turn your shoulder. Turn your neck if it's comfortable. And if you've never been able to turn your neck when you go all the way down in the pose, notice, can you turn your neck here? Isn't it good that we mixed it up a little bit? Then extend that right arm to help you come upright. Inhale, and come upright. Put your hands on your hips. We're not folding forward. Turn your left foot in 30 degrees towards the back of your mat. We're doing triangle. Turn your right foot so it faces the back wall. Open your arms and tilt over to the right. And bring the left arm up. And strengthen both of your thighs. And tuck your tailbone down. And place your top hand on your hip. Bend your forward knee. Move your right arm forward. And lift your back leg. Taking it up into the half moon. And if you'd like to quarter moon, go ahead and quarter moon that pose. Holding the outside of the foot. 2 more breaths. Stabilize by engaging both of your thighs. Pull in your belly. Lift through your chest. If you have quarter moon, please release it. Bring your feet so they're side by side. Fold deeply in. And then look up halfway. And let's take a vinyasa. Different perspective. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming into downward facing dog. Let's take our right foot and step it up for warrior 2. Look to the left, slide to the right, take it all the way into Parshvakonasana. And then put your top hand on your hip and your right arm on your thigh. And notice here how you can open the thigh using your arm and your leg. You can strengthen your straight leg better. Pull in your belly, turn your chest, shoulders, neck. This is how you should feel when you're all the way in the pose. No gripping, freedom. Extend your top arm. Inhale, reach out of the pose. Turn your right foot in 30 degrees toward the top of your mat. Turn your left foot so it faces the top of the mat. Open the arms and extend over to the left, coming into triangle. Strengthen both legs, tucking the tail, turning the waist, chest, shoulders, neck. Put the top hand on the hip, bend the forward knee, move the left hand forward, and lift into your half moon. Now if you had done the quarter moon on the other side, do the quarter moon here. Taking a few more breaths. Stabilize, engage your legs, open through the chest. If you have quarter moon, release it. Step your feet side by side. Bend your knees and sit down into an imaginary chair. Bring your hands to heart center. Stay low. We're taking our left foot and stepping it back, coming into Crescent Lunge. Pregnancy back issues, put your back knee down. Let's twist it. Take left elbow, outside right thigh. Good. Unwind. Place your hands on either side of your foot and lift into standing split. Take the legs skyward. Walk the hands towards your standing foot. Lift more. Keep breathing. Beautiful. And then step the feet side by side. Bend the knees and sit in your chair. Bring your hands to heart center. And take the other leg back. So now your right leg goes back. Coming into the high crescent. Keep breathing. Amp up your back leg, lift through your chest, modify if necessary, and now twist the pose. Taking right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. These look great. Try not to sink in the waist. Open the elbows away from each other, yes. Turn, lengthen, lift, rotate. Taking one more breath. And then frame your forward foot. And one step up into the standing split. Taking the legs skyward, walking the hands back towards your standing foot, going higher. Wake up both of your thighs, pull in your belly, go deeper. And then stepping the feet side by side, bend your knees, and sit down in your imaginary chair. Good, let's shoot it up. Now on the exhale, bow down. Looking up halfway. Come on back, let's lower. Inhale and exhale. Coming into downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in your down dog. Rock forward into high push-up plank. And we're going to lower Chaturanga all the way down to the mat. So bend the elbows straight back, lower all the way down, and lie flat. From here, bend both of your knees, reach back, and grab a hold of your feet into your hands. This is called Dhanurasana or floor bow. Now if this is not happening for you, you can't reach your feet, you flip over, you can do bridge. From here, take an inhale breath, start lifting the chest up. If you flex your feet, you'll be able to press your shins back easier. Then point your toes and lift your thighs up. Rock a little way forward, lift higher, lift your arms up, thighs up, eyes up, and lower. Prop yourself up on your elbows like you were watching TV on your belly. And then take your left hand and bring it across the top of the mat so the fingers point to the top right corner. Elbows slightly narrow of shoulders. Tuck your left toes forward. Bend your right knee, go back and get your right foot. Put the palm of your hand on the top of your foot. This pose is called Bekasana, frog. And this is Ardha Bekasana, we're just doing one side. Now you're gonna start feeling it in several different places. The reason you have your back toes tucked is to keep your low back safe. Push your pubic bone into the mat, pull your belly in away from the mat. Push your heel toward the outside of your hip. Now those of you who are more advanced, you can turn your fingers away from your body and hold your toes with your elbow pointing straight up. And your arm looks like a frog leg. Keep breathing. And your leg looks like a frog leg. Good, and release from there. Now lay your right elbow slightly inside of your shoulder. Extend your fingers towards the top left corner. Tuck your right toes. Bend your left knee and put the palm of your hand on the top of your foot so your fingers are pointing down towards your ankle bone. This gets interesting in the shoulder right away for some folks. Yes. Bring your knees a little closer to each other. Push the pubic bone down, pull the belly in, feel the lift in the chest. Push the heel toward the outer hip. And then those of you who are able to turn your fingers away from your body and hold over your toes, take it there. So this pose is one of the poses that's going to help you get into full dancer. You feel how it bites you in your latissimus dorsi, your lats, for sure. Those muscles, the big steak-looking muscles on your back. Good. And then releasing from there. Very nice. Changing it up just a bit. And then take your hands underneath your chest. And we're going to do something fun. Well, in yoga it's fun. I don't know what it would be called in regular life, but we're going to press into Chaturanga from the floor. Chaturanga is a pose by itself. Okay, you're going to come on an exhale. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, lift. And lower. And then press into down dog. How did it go? That's one of those poses I have to remind myself to do from the floor at least once or twice a month like that, because otherwise you're just always doing it when you flow and you kind of lose perspective. We're going to take it into half pigeon. So bring your feet toward each other, lift up your left leg and take it forward, coming into your half pigeon. Lay your knee down, send the other leg back. If you need a block underneath your floating buttock, take a block. Those of you that are at home, you can just put a towel. And from here, puff your chest up and then drag your chest forward. You can put your hands one on top of the other so that you can rest your head on your hands. If you want to open up in your chest a little bit more, because we still have some back bends to do, and you may want to put your hands behind your head in prayer with your elbows down on either side of your head. If you want to see what that is, you can look at me for a second. Good. And then gently release from there. We're going to take it into a double pigeon. And so just bring your back leg forward. And so then you cross your right leg over your left and stack your shins one on top of the other. And lift and open your chest. I like to press down with my fingers behind to open the thighs. And those of you where this is relatively comfortable for you, you can start taking it forward. Those of you who find it very challenging, just stay upright. And breathe. If you find that your knee is coming up, when I first started this pose, my knee was like near my ear. It's really great. Just tighten the hips. And then if you sit on height, it will help. When you sit on height, it's like adding extra vertebrae to your spine. It helps to open your chest. In which case, then your hips will open. Good. If you folded forward, make your way back up. And then simply cross your legs, plant your hands, and take it back into downward facing dog. Now we'll do the other side. Lift up your right leg, bring it forward for the half pigeon. Puff up your chest like a pigeon, and then drag your ribs forward. Place your head down. Deep breaths. If you tend to have the same types of thoughts in your half pigeon, all of the time? Is there a way that you could look at it differently? And come up. And bring your back leg forward. And taking double pigeon now on this side. It's very important that when you take double pigeon, that you're not just crossing your legs. It's not easy sitting position. You have your feet on the outsides of your thighs. Adjust your sitting bones so that they're even. Use your hands behind you, pressing down to lift your chest up and to let the leg on the top open from the hip all the way through the knee, all the way through the lower leg. The inner knee is pressing down. Do not press on your leg with your hands. Use the muscles to help you do that. You can come forward. And one of the interesting things about coming forward is that you can use the weight of your body to help you open up your hips. So for a moment it gets worse, and then it gets much worse. No, and then it gets much better. Two more breaths. Slowly unwind, and this time, place your feet onto the mat in front of you. Lie all the way down on your back. If you don't do wheel, that's fine. You can do bridge. You want your feet parallel. Your hands. Remember earlier we turned the hands around when we were in that forward fold. Notice the position here of your hands. Turn your fingers towards your heels. And take an inhalation. You come on the crown of the head. If you're neck injured, you're going to skip that part. And then on the exhale, lift up through your hips. You can adjust while you're in your wheel. You're not stuck. You're never stuck. There's always a solution. Whether we like the solution all the time is not necessarily the case. You know, we don't necessarily always have the most amazing outcome, but we're never stuck. And then slowly lower down. And we'll put the feet together and the knees open. Rest. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feet together with the insteps of the feet peeling open like the pages of a book, and the knees open wide like butterfly wings. Sometimes it's really hard to get on our mat. We don't feel like it. But don't you notice that when you do get on your mat and you move through your practice, that it's always better? Do you notice that? It's an illusion to think that everybody, feels like doing something all the time. They don't. And we can get stuck in our head thinking that, oh, so-and-so's a better parent, so-and-so's better at this, or they love their job, I hate my job. Nothing is perfect. But you can make good decisions that benefit you. Bring your hands to the outside of the thighs. And then you can rock and roll yourself up, or you can roll to the side. I have literally never had a time that I came to my mat where I wasn't happy that I did. Even when I've been sick at home, I've put myself up into, say, a shoulder stand or something. It was pathetic, but it was really, really good. It felt better. We're going to go upside down now for 1 minute. If you want to put a block underneath your sacrum, that's what I'm going to teach tonight. It's great for your low back. If you want to go on your hands or your head or your shoulders or your forearms, you're welcome to use the walls. If you're at home, if you're pregnant, you must use the wall. If you're at home and you're proficient, you can go upside down anywhere you want. Just be careful that the surrounding area gives you enough space. If you're going to lie over a block, you lift on your toes, coming into a little bit of a modified bridge. Then you put your block under your sacrum. If you're petite, it goes on the tall side, but the narrow, horizontal. If you're tall, it goes vertical. If you are over a block, you can extend your legs long, keeping the block under your sacrum. This will help alleviate low back ache, helps with sciatica issues. And then everybody release, coming down and rest for 2 breaths. And we're going to move into happy baby. Bend your knees, reach and grab the insteps, or you can dive through and grab the outer edges of your feet, rocking east and west in the happy baby. Give yourself a super good squeeze, press down on the feet. And then place your feet onto the mat. Pick up your hips and move them over to the left. Open your arms to the right and left. Pull your knees in towards your chest and drop your knees over to the right. So hips go left, knees go right. Turn your waist and your chest and your shoulders, and then your neck, if it's comfortable, away from your legs. Hip over hip, knee over knee, ankle over ankle. Lift your top leg, followed by your bottom. Move your hips over to the right, knees come in, and drop everything over to the left, and then rotate your chest away from your legs. Reconnect with your breath. This is the part of the class where you're actually really starting to feel the benefits of everything you just did, and this is typically when we choose to check out. Check right back in. And then lift your top leg, followed by your bottom. Take it center, Shavasana. At the end of our class, we always say namaste, and I will tell you what that means. I honor the place within you of love, of light, of truth, of peace. I honor the place within you when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me. There is only one of us. Namaste.